What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video and making a AEW Dynamite review on the post show after AEW Revolution. And this was a very interesting episode that had me extra excited for what's to come for next week on AEW Big Business. That includes matches and segments and even the surprise announcement on that show 7 days from now on March 13th. And for those who are interested as well as I am, I would recommend you guys stay tuned. And yeah, if you haven't watched this episode already, I would recommend you watch this as soon as you can in your convenience. But without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with Swerve Strickland coming inside the ring in an in-ring interview with Tony Schiavone. When Tony Schiavone asked the questions like, "What is next? What is next for him?" And Swerve's like, "Well, I don't know if I deserve that. What's next for me in my career here? Tony, what's Swerve's house without the keys to the house?" And then fans like, "Good point." See Swerve become the champion, and AEW pull that trigger for us of our request and prediction of him being the one that's the AEW World Champion. Unfortunately, Samoa Joe got the better of both Swerve and Hangman, and this is where Swerve Strickland went on and add what could possibly be the reason why he might have not walked out as AEW World Champion. Perhaps it was karma. But before we get into that, this is where he's like, that was funny because 2 years prior to this AEW Revolution, I was just getting signed into this company with Tony Khan making a special announcement of that event, and then it was you and me and Khan in that same stage at Revolution, wasn't it? Except it was a Orlando floor. Then that's when you saw me got offered by Tony Khan with the AEW contract, and you see me signed it right at the dotted line. Remember that? Tony Schiavone was like, absolutely do. And also the fans remember that too. And this is where Swerve's like, remember I said too, I'm just gonna come out here and I'm going to give my all to AEW and I'm gonna win championship. I'm gonna be the AEW World Champion. And I almost did. But I guess the luck was not on my side. And fans were chanting Swerve's house when he was saying this. This is where Swerve Strickland but yeah, realistically and honestly, unfortunately, I don't have gold around my waist or arm or wherever I will hold the title. I think it's the maybe it was from that bad, maybe it's bad karma coming back to me, for all the bad things that that I done here in AEW. And that's probably the punishment of my bad behavior from the past couple of years, of being a horrible person here. Yeah, bros. And maybe that's maybe it is payback. And maybe I'm paying for it now. I'm not sure though. But I'm maybe this. But then again, it could be just karma paying me back, and it's costing me a shot of being the AEW World Champion. And as a matter of fact, and this, before he can say anything, this is where fans started saying Swerve's house, where the person was like, "Whose house?" And the fans were chanting Swerve's house, but they were doing repeatedly a dozen times. And this is where he made, I think, I guess you could say, a Cody Rhodes reference, because he said, I've been also thinking that maybe I don't deserve to be a world champion in AEW. And fans were like, please don't say that. And they were booing. The fans were like, please don't say that. And they were booing the idea of Swerve not being All Elite Wrestling World Champion. And even first ever African-American World Champion in All Elite Wrestling. And then But anyways, this is where Swerve Strickland continues saying, like, maybe, like, I'm just supposed to be just the guy that get close enough and I cannot quite just reach for and grab the accomplishment. And I have to settle for this as being known the second best in the main event scene. And the fans were chanting, "You deserve it." And then this is where what's his name? Swerve Strickland fully took over the mic when Tony Schiavone's like, yeah, like you're more than welcome to take the mic. Like the stage is all yours. And this is where Swerve Strickland's like, I want to tell you guys something on Sunday that felt really different, like just a tad different. Like I go all around these arenas, every city, every arena. Like I'm seeing y'all singing, chanting my name. I know you're doing that swerve dance and all. Like something about Revolution in Greensboro and North Carolina was very different. Like people truly were rooting for me for the first time that I can ever remember. And fans were saying like, yeah, we are your biggest fans through thick and thin. And this is where Swerve Strickland, like, yeah, it seems like y'all really wanted me to actually be AEW World Champion and make history. I actually heard, like from some people that flew in my home state of Washington just to see me. Like, wow, and I just and I appreciate that for that hardcore support from you guys. Like, because they thought that I was going to become AEW World Champion and making history of being the first ever African American to do so. For those fans that's from my home state of Washington, I won't disappoint you. Like I may have lost this time, but I'm going to get myself back up and finish what I started. And then he also said, like I'm going to be going dangerous mode with this day going on, and for you, Samoa Joe, like I just don't think I haven't forgot about you. Like, and Joe, even if you're champion or not, like, or whether you hold that championship or not, I'm coming after you as well. And then Swerve said, like I also said, like I don't know when or I don't know what day that may be, but I'm gonna come after you, and you're gonna pay your crimes. And again, I promise you that I promise you that will be the soonest as I can go face to face with you. And he said his catchphrase that like who, and then again that is whose house people here and what where they are in I'm not sure what I'll say. He told the fans that were in attendance, like, and that is whose house in this arena. And fans were chanting Swerve's house until Samoa Joe came out because he heard Swerve Strickland said his name too many times on what was on it was on 1408. That's what the page 1408 on the wrestling rule book. Like if you say a certain wrestler's name like too many times, they're going to be coming out there, especially if they're in the arena. But that's what Samoa Joe did. Is where he see what he wanted. This is where he's like, I'm here right now, like, and then he's like, Swerve, like for a man who beat down, he's like, yeah, for a guy that I beat up just the other day, you sure do talk very funny. And then fans had a mixed crowd reaction. Most of them were boos. This was Samoa Joe's like, now you're making a lot of promises to these good people that you cannot ever keep, even if you have control of this company. And then this is where fans are like, that's a darn lie. Like I understand why I said darn, but yeah, you get the point. Like yeah, well, that's a damn lie. Like what? If Hangman, we all know that if it hadn't been for that conniving Hangman, Swerve would have been AEW World Champion because he had you pinned. But anyways, this is where Samoa then continued. Like, well, how about give us a little? Maybe I should give you a reality check. Like, because here we are, like in Swerve's house. Like, ain't that right? Fans like, absolutely, yeah. That's one thing we can agree on. And then this is where This is where Prince Nana once again started chanting, like, whose house? With the fans responding back saying Swerve's house, like about 3 times straight. And this is where Samoa Joe's like, and unfortunately for you, Swerve, like your house only exists in my world here in All Elite Wrestling. And then fans were chanting like, or cheering like, boo, like you suck for talking trash on our hero Swerve. And this is where Samoa Joe's like, you know what? Like, here's some advice. Like, maybe you should spend a little less time coming out here and making promises and as almost the champion. Like, and I thought I'd come out here and let them gaze upon and actually see a real world champion. And this is where he started putting his arms. Spreading his arms like into the respective sides, like by arrogantly posing right in front of the fans and Swerve Strickland's face. But fans are booing like, boo, you should not be world champion. And this is where Swerve Strickland's like, first of all, like, don't turn your back on me, Joe. And second of all, you talk to the real spicy for a man you still haven't even been able to be for the past 20 years. Because you come here in the 20 And he's like, yeah, you come out here with your fancy gear. Like, you look like you coming out here with your AEW World Championship in front of my face. Like, are you really taunting me right now? Like, do you think this is really provocation? Like, how about I put this title on the line tonight against me? And this where fans are like, yes, we want to see this. And he's like, you know what? Actually, like, I don't want to wait until tonight. How about we do the sugar honey iced tea right now? I was like, wow, like I thought they would probably censor that if he ever used that term, but he didn't. But they didn't even say. I believe this was gonna be the only time, which it was, that they were gonna say the S word. So I guess what's the name? TBS let them get away with it, because if they said it like way more than once or twice, then they probably would have complained about that. Story time with Adam Cole, baby. And fans are cheering like, yeah, like, even though you're the most dastardly conniving and manipulating and sadistic heels that's in AEW right now, next to Christian Cage and Don Callis. But at the same time, you're still a fan favorite, and we still love you, Adam. But not in the storylines perspective, but him as a wrestler in general. But anyway, this is where Adam Cole said, like, the only story that I want to talk about that's coming out of Revolution pay-per-view is the Undisputed Kingdom, like, winning their respective matches. Like, just like we said that we're going to do. Roderick Strong is going to be your new AEW International Championship, which he finally, captured the gold. And my big boy Wardlow here won the scramble match at what he said, like, won the 8-man scramble, 8-man Super All-Star scramble match to earn himself a future AEW World Championship. And my Kingdom boys, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, are still your great Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, like, of all times. And fans were boo, I don't know about that, even though you're still cool. And then this is where Adam Cole's like, and there's you two ruining our moment in spotlight. Like, so Joe and Swerve, if starting off with you, Samoa Joe, like, you may be big or bad, like. And the only reason why that you're the AEW World Championship right now is because we let it happen and help you out, into the in your match against MJF. I was like, yes, I'm gonna say like that pirate said on that little, what's that puppet cartoon movie that's a meme on the internet? Like, yes, but not really. But anyways, that's what Samoa Joe gave me. Gave him that look, as well. And this is where Adam Cole then continued. Like, the hot new thing, right, everybody? And fans were like, no, not really, as well. This is where Adam Cole's like, for me, speaking for these fans, what they really think of you, Joe, like in 6 months, no one's not going to give a damn about you. I can still use no that was Swerve Strickland. He was like you're and then you Swerve Strickland like in the next 6 months no one's not going to give a damn about you. They're going to think that you haven't even existed in AEW or even in your run with the other company. Well, he didn't say that, but he just basically he insinuated that no one's not going to remember him ever existing in AEW more likely. But this is where he's like. This is where he continued to tell Swerve, like, the only thing you're going to be swerving, like, this, like, the only way that you're going to be swerving into is out of the main event scene, because there's no way in hell that you're going to be winning that AEW World title. And he started chuckling. I was like, this is the greatest confrontation segment I've ever seen. Like, how come WWE couldn't do an angle like this with Swerve Strickland being pushed in the NXT title picture when he was the longest reigning NXT championship? But I mean, none of that matters now because they're all on AEW, and even if they're in WWE, they'll probably would have been treated better, like at least back in NXT. But I think they would do much better in the main roster if they were still in WWE. But back to the this segment, this is where Swerve Strickland's like, really, like, you think, like, who are you talking to? Like, you're in the wheelchair, wishing that you already was the AEW World Champion. But this is where Adam Cole then continues saying, like, the only person that's going to be AEW World Champion very soon is Wardlow. Like, very, very, very soon, that he's going to challenge the current AEW World Champion, which is you, Samoa Joe. And when he does capture the championship and bring it home to the Undisputed Kingdom, it's going to be brought back home to its rightful place right here with Adam Cole, baby, written all over it. And it's where Swerve Strickland started chuckling and laughing, like, like, are you serious right now? Like, I think it's very funny, like, because, like, you're telling me that I need to get back in the line because the AEW World Championship thing, like, how many times do you need to do that, Adam Cole, when you had opportunities for that championship? How many times that you had opportunities for the AEW World Championship and you fail at those said opportunities? And opportunity after opportunity, like, just ask Hangman, the guy that I beaten twice, and ask MJF that we're not sure that if he'll ever come back here, or anybody that you fought for that AEW World Champion, which that's the only two I can think of right now that are former AEW World Champions that Adam Cole had opportunities to fight. But don't get me wrong, like, and I'm still an Adam Cole fan, like, but I don't see him being AEW World Champion anytime soon. But I could still see him be World Champion in the foreseeable future, like later in the foreseeable future. I just don't know when, but when Adam Cole is red hot ready, then expect him to be holding the All Elite Championship gold all around his waist, like at that time point, whenever that is. But anyway, this is where Swerve Strickland continues that, like, and this. And this is where he's like, in this whole Dr. Claw from Inspector Classic. I mean, this whole Master Claw of Inspector Gadget thing is very amusing, Adam. And I was like, did he? Like, I have never heard nobody in professional wrestling reference, let alone compare a wrestler in a wheelchair as Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. But this is where Swerve was like, yeah, that's very funny to me, Adam. Like, as a matter of fact, if we need more clients, like, I got Britt Baker's phone number in my pocket right here. And this is where fans are like, ooh, like, you better watch it. Like, you better keep an eye on Britt. Like, even though she's at home recovering, like, who knows who she'd be messaging. That's what the fans were telling Adam, when she was very provoked. He was like, you better be careful who you messing with. Like, and you be and think, you better realize who you messing with, and you think you're a real tough guy, huh? Like, how about this? How about next week on Big Business, the greatest ROH World Tag Team Champions of all time, like Mike Bennett and Matt Taven, like, against you, Swerve, and you, Samoa Joe. And this is where Swerve's like, why should we wait until next week when we can do this right here, right now? And then this is where Adam Cole's like, no, you don't make the rules around here. Like, and since my boys are the greatest tag team, they choose when they should fight you, anytime, any place, anywhere. And this is where Tony Schiavone was like, hold it. Like, before you leave, I was informed by Tony Khan that this match will indeed happen right here, right now, tonight. And this is where Adam Cole like, what? Like what? Like, why is Tony Khan why is Tony Khan trying to humiliate me and my friends here? Trying to do the purposely do the exact opposite on what we requested not to do, and what exactly to do. But yeah, we did have this match. I would give it the third best match of the night, because after this match was very amusingly entertaining, and same with the main event, which the main event gets number one all the way, because it was a long and very impressive contest by Ospreay and his friend Kyle Fletcher. Let's just say that was the main event of tonight's match, but we're going to get to that at the end of this video. But anyway, this is where we start off with Samoa Joe and Matt Taven start hitting some strikes right onto Matt, with Samoa Joe hitting a headbutt right onto Matt Taven, send him right to his corner of the upper right. This is where he started taunting Swerve Strickland, which I don't think that was not the time to do that. Like, it's Swerve let him know that we're just a team right now. You can worry about taunting me and provoking me later, which Samoa Joe's like, whatever. Like, and this is where he turns back around. This is where Matt Taven then counters out of a strike that Samoa Joe was trying to do. And this is where he hits a big right hand. And this is where Mike Bennett hit a super kick. This is where Matt Taven went right onto the bottom corner ropes, springboard off there, hit an enziguri kick. Otherwise, if Samoa Joe wasn't dazed by the super kick, he would have moved out of the way, because, like he said in that interview, it's common sense. Like, it's to move out of the way, and you shouldn't just stand there when you're getting hit with a diving move, or whatever to call it. But yeah, this is where Swerve Strickland then went in the ring. This is where he dodged out of Mike Bennett's clothesline, flips right back up. This is where he grabbed onto Matt Taven into a back-to-belly move, rolls him right over, and then this is where he hits him with a flying hit scissors outside the ring. This is where he hits a big elbow strike right into the back elbow strike right into the face of Mike Bennett. This is where he hits a big uppercut right onto. This is where he hits a big uppercut right onto Mike Bennett. This is where he started doing that Swerve version of that. What's that dance from Justin Jefferson on the Minnesota Vikings? Like, instead of doing this, he does doing that. And this is where Swerve Strickland went right onto the bottom apron. This is where he hit a big boot right to the face. This is where Swerve Strickland then went right up, hit a rolling a frontliner, I should say. He hits a rolling frontliner from the outside. This is where he goes for a pin right onto. This is where he goes for a brainbuster right onto. This is where he hits a big brainbuster right onto Matt Taven. This is where fans are cheering like, Swerve's out, Swerve's out. And Samoa Joe's like, wow, like you really are over right now. Like, breaking, I guess, character, I guess you could say. But this is where then Swerve Strickland savagely went right onto the Kingdom's corner in the upper left corner side on the top rope. This is where he tried to go for the double swerve stomp on Mike Bennett for the win. But this is where Matt Taven came in for the interference by hitting right hands and right forearms right into the head of Swerve. Fans are like, boo, you suck, Taven. Like, stop it right now. And then this is where he tried to go up on the top rope. This is where he started hitting double axe handles. This is where he started hitting or double and then singles. This is where he tried to go for a suplex. Swerve Strickland gets him off of him. This is where he pushes him right off, kicks him down, and he lands right on the outside. This is where Swerve Strickland then hits the swerve stomp right onto the face of Mike Bennett. This is where Swerve Strickland's like, I'm not sure if I should tag you now, Joe. Like, it looks like I have this all by myself. Samoa Joe's like, you better share the spotlight with me in this tag team match, like, or else I'll never defend the AEW World Championship against you ever again. Swerve Strickland's like, I don't need your parenting punishment threat just